What if you took the top 1% of performers in the world, the self-made millionaires, billionaires, and looked at what they all had in common? What would those 7 traits be? We're going to unpack that in this video. What's up, guys? I'm Clark. Full disclosure, not a billionaire, not even a millionaire. But using these 7 methods, I'm on track to be one by the age of 30. Mindset number 1, millionaires and billionaires think big. So many times we let our past determine our future. We say, I can't have X, I can't have $1 million, I can't be on the path to $1 billion because here's all the reasons in my past and ways I failed that are preventing me from getting there. We let being realistic stop us and hold us back from the life we want and the life we deserve. And that's the mission on this channel, is we are here to stop settling and start living. The first step to doing that is this. Practice a concept called zero-based thinking. This comes from Brian Tracy. If you could start over today, you could scrap everything in your past, how would you act? How would you behave? What are the habits you would instill? Who would you hang out with? Would you be in the same business you're in right now? Would you be doing the same things you're doing every single day? Would you be living in the same environment? Would you be dating that person? Would you be spending money on what you're spending it on? There's no right or wrong here. If you answered no to any of those, no, I would change something, then get moving and change it. Steve Jobs said it best when he says, look around you. Everything around you changes when you realize it was built by people who are no smarter than you. Everything around you is built by people who are no smarter than you and I. Allow yourself to dream, to think big, and that's how you get the results. That's how you break past the limiting beliefs, practice zero-based thinking, and just go for it. All right, now that we've thought big enough, let's talk now about the nitty-gritties on how to get rich, okay? There's 2 ways I like to think about this. Derek Halpern likes to tell the story about a locksmith. Now, this guy starts out and he goes around to clients' house and unlocks their locks that are stuck. First, it takes him 2.5 hours. He's sitting there fiddling with the lock, struggling, he can't get it open, and then finally, boom, it opens. That'll be $250. Well, what happens? Over time, this locksmith gets better and better at his job. So pretty soon it starts taking him an hour, 30 minutes, and then eventually he can get that lock open in just 10 minutes. That'll be $250. What he noticed is when he charged people $250 for the 2 hours, they would happily pay it. But as this locksmith started getting better and better at his job, the time went less and less, and he charged the same amount. His client started throwing a fit. What do you mean $250? I saw you open that lock with the click of a button in 10 minutes. But what the locksmith understood is that he wasn't compensated for his time. 2.5 hours it took him to open the lock. But what the customer didn't understand is that the locksmith is compensated for the value. You and I need to adopt that mindset of being compensated for the value, the results we give to a company, to an organization, to ourselves, in our business, to others, instead of the amount of time we put in. So to summarize, ditch the time for hours mindset and start thinking of the value for dollars mindset. The second way on this, point number 3, increase the size of those you serve. Jim Rohn, legendary motivational speaker, said, the more I serve, the more I earn. I know a trainer at the gym I go to, good friends with him. This man works himself sick. He works 12-hour days, probably 5 days a week, trains 50 to 60 clients every single week. He's very open with me. He makes about $80K a year. What's wrong with this? Is that he's tapped out. He's pushed himself to the max. $80K is the most amount he will make. Now, what would happen if he took 1 or 2 days off? And instead of $80K for 50, 60 clients, he trained 40 or 30 clients and brought in $40K a year. But in those 2 days, he focused on serving the masses. In other words, he got out of that 50 to 60 people is all I can serve, and he put it into creating videos on YouTube. He put it into growing an email list. He put it into marketing himself as a trainer online, going after the masses of people. Pretty soon, over time, might not be instantly, he would eventually make that difference of that 40K a year. Because once you know how to make 40K, it's easier to scale that up to 400K. If he took 1 or 2 days and focused on how do I serve the masses? How can I scale what I'm doing? Can I film these workouts and post them online? Can I attract people to me by giving away free information? And then eventually release products to them, and pretty soon over time, you're making that difference of that 40K by now working 3 days a week instead of 5. Mindset of self-made millionaires and billionaires number 4, communicate. I love the quote Tony Robbins has. He says, the quality of your life is the quality of your communication. And this really comes down to two areas: how well you communicate with yourself, what we talk about on this channel, right? Our internal self-talk, the dialogue we're telling ourselves, the zero-based thinking, but also how well you communicate with others. Look at self-made millionaires and billionaires. Look at Steve Jobs. Look at Oprah. Look at Tony Robbins. Look at Bill Gates. What do they have in common? They have a method of speaking to people that connects. Warren Buffett, one of the richest men of all time, said that taking Dale Carnegie's public speaking course was one of the best investments he's ever made in himself. Let's end this on a quote from Tim Ferriss out of the 4-Hour Workweek. Says that a person's success or failure in life comes down to the amount of uncomfortable conversations he or she is willing to have. Communicating means speaking well to others, connecting with others, but also being okay having the tough conversations that put you forward. Mindset number 5, decide, commit, achieve. We got to go after our goals, go after success with laser targeted focus, almost an obsession, and then it'll happen. Point in case, Bill Gates said he didn't leave the cubicle for 10 years before he eventually became a success. One of the richest men of all time now, but when you follow stories about Bill Gates, what do you see? You see him speaking on stage, you see him revealing products, you see him talking with people. You don't see him hunched over in a cubicle for those 10 years he was grinding it out and killing himself just to become successful. Bill Gates didn't try 50 things and then stumble across one that worked. He went after one with laser targeted focus. One of my biggest lessons of 2016, I was just looking at it in my journal. It said, I used to think I'll try things until something's successful. Now I think I'll commit and stick at something until it's successful. This image right here really illustrates the point. We don't know sometimes how close or far away success is. What if you quit 10 feet before the finish line? All your results are lost. Everything you worked for is gone. Success comes to those who have that laser targeted focus, go after what they want, and are ruthless with getting it. Success mindset of the self-made. Number 6, speed is king. Was watching a video actually on the same topic. I think Valuetainment was the guy. Patrick, he does great videos. You should check him out. He said that one of the best things entrepreneurs do is they adopt this mindset that I can create faster than anyone can copy. I love that right there. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Worry about speed and creating your product, your art, and putting it out there to the world. Billionaire Mark Cuban from Shark Tank owns the Dallas Mavericks. I love what he said on one episode. He said that I believe perfection is the enemy of profitability. I wrote that down because that resonates. If you and I are so focused on becoming perfectionists, on making everything we put out into this world absolutely perfect, how are we going to get anywhere? You need speed. You need that execution. You need mass amounts. Remember what we talked about with serving the masses with massive value. Massive value doesn't come from putting out 1 or 2 perfect things. Now you might be thinking, Clark, why do I want to put out good when perfect is what Apple products are? Perfect is what, those best-selling books are. Perfect is what fill in the blank is. I agree with you. Here's why you want to do good. Because that's your MVP. Your minimal viable product. The iPhone went through, how many generations are we on now? 7? Before it became better and better and better and better. But it started with the iPhone 1. If you brought out the iPhone today, you'd look at it and say, this is a hunk of metal. What is this thing doing? You'd find all these flaws with it. But at the time, it was so cutting edge, people flocked to it, and then they kept making it better and better and better. That was their MVP. There's always stuff to improve on. With you, focus on putting your art into the world. Focus on starting things. Become faster at getting it out there. Create faster than anyone can copy. That's how you get ahead with business. Success mindset number 7, the last one, model the masters. Again, going back to a Jim Rohn quote, success leaves clues. One truism that's very spot on is you are who you hang around. Birds of feather flock together. If you look at your 5 people you hang around most, you're the average of them. So you got to seek out people. It's why it's important to seek out people who are ahead of you and average yourself up instead of hanging around what's comfortable or even what feels good. Subconsciously, if you hang around people who are doing worse than you get an ego boost from that because you're the successful one. You shouldn't feel like that amongst your friends. Find 5 people, find communities like this one, find people online now. We're globally connected. And average yourself up into the top 5 people you hang around most. Seek out mentors, seek out coaches, seek out people who have been there that you can learn from and shorten the learning curve. There you go. Those are the 7 mindsets of self-made millionaires and billionaires. My name's Clark. Would love it if you subscribe to this channel. If you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. In the comments down below, post your success mindset, the thing that we left out in this video that you would like to add. Last thing, if you're looking to start a business, if you're looking to just create things around what you're passionate about, I posted an ebook on the Kindle store called the YouTube Success Formula. Now, this is how you can use video. This is how you can use online media to really get into business, because it's one of the best times to do so. It's growing 50% year after year. You want to get in this now. And this is just a short little, I think, $3 ebook that when you buy, you'll get access to 3 additional bonuses that are exclusive that I use with coaching clients and 7-figure businesses I do consulting with. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please share it with anyone you want to inspire. And until next time, stop settling, start living. See you guys.